So what is quality improvement? It's about looking at things that give you difficulty at work, things that you want to improve on, gives you permission to make changes. And one of the things I've always heard about quality improvement is that those closest to the problems have the solution to that problem. So that our staff who see day-to-day things that are quite frustrating, they have the solutions to those problems and say, what exactly is the problem? Let's plan around that. What could we change and do differently? And how do we know that a change is an improvement? And we measure that.
So I think to add on to what Rhoda has said, there is a statement which is that people own what they help create. And I think that is the power behind quality improvement.
What is different this time round is that we want to have everybody in it together. So rather than just having pockets of improvement across the trust, we want to have a continuous improvement across every single service, every single team, and not just involving our staff, but also involving our patients as well.
I think there'll be almost every member of staff will have a view about, well, I already knew how to do this. And I suppose that's the power behind QI, is that it's not a set technique that has to be followed. It is about simple, good sense about how can we do things differently to change the outcome that we deliver. Our staff will already know the answers to all the problems that they face.
Yeah.
And what QI will do is give them the tools to actually make those changes happen, but more importantly also to then sustain those changes over a period of time. Typically within the NHS, we always, the criticism most of us will face is that every organisation will try a particular kind of initiative and then lose steam over a period of time. The whole power behind this program is that we sustain it and we maintain it forever. And this becomes the way we actually do a business, and this becomes the way in which we deliver care.
And it's really interesting that when we go out to teams, we see people come to us and say, actually, I've got a good idea, but I haven't had the time and the space to put it into practice. And I'm hoping that QI can give them the time and the space to put those really good ideas into practice. The other thing we would like to do is to support staff where they work. And by doing that, we want to create a central quality improvement team. So these will be quality improvement leads that will support staff at their workplace to look at the areas that frustrate them and to think, what can we do differently? How do we do that? How do we measure care? How do we know we've got better? What do we change? So we're really looking forward to getting a new team to support our staff in the directorates. And not just that, we're also looking for passionate staff, clinical staff, and admin staff, whoever they are, who are really interested in making things happen, making change happen. We want to know who you are. We want you to be part of our new Quality Academy. We will provide the training, we'll provide the resources, give you the tools to make those changes where you work.
In the jobs that we do, once we get accustomed to a particular way of doing things, we do things by rote, whether that's the way we fill out forms, whether that's the way we do handovers, etc. What we want staff to have the power and the confidence to do is to actually challenge things that they have done just because that's the way they've always done it. We want them to be sort of thinking things differently. As Rhoda mentioned, we want them to actually come up with creative ideas and creative solutions. They will already have the solutions in their minds, but we want them to be thinking about what is it that I've always done that actually makes no sense? Why am I doing it? What can I do differently going forward? And bring that together as a team. So what we would hope is that the process by which we would apply QI and the way it brings teams together and makes them think about problems and creative solutions, we would hope that by the end of this program, as we go forward, we would have a very, very engaged workforce, that all of us pulling together to find the answers to the problems that we face.